Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Lump Dog, your favorite fantasy football commissioner's favorite fantasy football commissioner, and I'm back with another PPH video commissioner message, week number 13. To the boat last week by the luckiest man in fantasy football, man. This guy has shits horseshoes out his ass, man. I can't believe the way he ended up beating me. It was ridiculous, to tell you the truth. And I don't understand why I'm having such bad luck. I mean, my luck, if I didn't have any bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck this year. Man, I even sacrificed to the fantasy football gods and I ended up getting a new laptop this year so I could do these video messages and anyway, is what it is. So playoff time is coming up. We got a big log jam there at 8-5. A lot of guys there in the middle stuck out. This is the last week of the regular season, so we got ourselves a lot of guys on the fishing boat as well. Duck Foss, the Juggernauts, No Way Jose, the Boogaloo Boys, myself, and then we'll see who else will be joining us, whether that be the rookies, the haters, who might end up whichever loses their matchup this week. So that'll be interesting to see. Let's just go ahead and make sure you go ahead. You do hit that, and all my viral viewers out there, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, give me a like. Helps out the league, helps out your favorite fantasy football commissioner's favorite fantasy football commissioner more than you know. So, make sure you go ahead and you do that. One bit of a housekeeping item, though, as we did hold a vote for the pizza party. It's going to be held on Saturday, January 21st, and it's going to be local. That's where everyone, or at least 8 votes, were for a local pizza party. And I don't know about you, viral viewers, maybe you can send some emails. Maybe we can get a Cone's Corner on this. But if someone says, oh, I don't care where we're having, you say, hey, we're going to have a pizza party. Where do you want to have it? Do you want to have it here locally, or do you want to have it out in Winnemucca? Because that was put up for as a spot to do it. And, some guys are like, oh, I don't really care. And I'm like, yeah, I understand you don't care. But what is your preference? Like, I understand that if Winnemucca wins, that you're going to go to Winnemucca because that's what wins the vote. But if you have a preference of whether having it local or going to Winnemucca, what would be that preference? And they said they would be local. So I put them down as local. And then, of course, as always with the PPHF, folks acting like I changed the vote or I put people down who were on the fence, who didn't know, like who said Winnemucca, but I put them down locally. So it's just stupid games once again. And I mean, I did it properly, man. This is what you have to do in the PPH. We have a group text thread. You can't put anything out in there because it turns to shit. And I think Jose's learned that lesson this year. Anytime you try to put anything out there to try to plan anything, it just turns into a bunch of shit and people messing around and joking around and not being serious or giving them your real answer. So I slid into everyone's DMs, gave them a private text, asked them, pizza party on the 21st, where do you want it? And I got the answers and I wrote them down. Of course, our treasurer, who now lives out in Idaho, who wants it in Winnemucca so he doesn't have to drive all the way here, gets upset by that because, the league doesn't want to drive out to Winnemucca, which it makes it really difficult too. I mean, if you guys really think about it, I mean, I know our crab of a treasurer who hates on everything that doesn't go his way. Any vote that doesn't go his way or anything that happens to go against him, or anything he doesn't want to do, he makes a big stink about it, cries, whines, and complains. But says he'll make the best of it. Oh, this sucks, but we'll make the best of it. So he's not crabbing. So that's a good way to do it. But anyway, now you tell me, viral viewers, do you, maybe Mark in San Francisco, you might have a take on this. We have 13 members who live out here in the Sacramento region. We have one member who has since moved and now lives in Idaho. Now, does it make sense to have these 13 guys drive out to Winnemucca halfway out there to have this pizza party when if there is any type of weather issue, because we planned this for January 21st, right? It's December 7th. So it's over a month away. We have no idea what the weather's going to be like. So if there are any weather problems out there getting out, 13 guys can't make it, right? So we have 13 people who can't make it, and maybe even the treasurer can't make it if there's weather issues on his side of driving to Winnemucca from Boise, Idaho. But one person coming here compared to 13 people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just think of the logistics with that. Who's going to drive? Who's going to get rides with everyone? We have guys, even little inside baseball here. Little Paulie, he acts, I love this guy, dude. He acts like he's agnostic. Oh, I haven't voted or anything. But in my slide into his DMs, he has his kid's birthday party on the 21st. Right? So he can't go to Winnemucca anyway, but he acts like he could. Oh, well, I would do. But he can't go anyway because he has his kid's birthday party on the 21st. But I hit him up all, well, that's cool, man. The birthday party's during the day, though, so you should be able to come out. And oh, well, I should be, but I'm not sure. So it's just like, really? So now you're going to be on the side of talking shit about not going to Winnemucca, but you couldn't go anyway, or you wouldn't go. You can't even commit to coming out at night after your kid's birthday party for a local pizza party, but somehow you're going to go to Winnemucca? Doesn't make sense to me. He's just talking shit. That's fine. He can do that because, again, text thread is all anti-Commish and anti, get shit done, being serious. It's just games and shit talking, and that's pretty much all it is. So anyway, that's what's happened. We have a pizza party January 21st. We still have to pick a time and a place locally for it, unless there's this huge upswell between now and then to go out to Winnemucca. Which then, if that does end up winning or changing the path, who's going to organize that? Who's going to make sure that everyone has a ride out to Winnemucca and can drive? Because there's going to be people. We would probably carpool. And obviously no one has a car big enough for everybody, unless we took the Kraken's motorhome. That's the only way we could all probably get there. But even that, I think, is not big enough for 13. I'm sure we could make it work, but then you would also have to work out with the Kraken of borrowing it, and if anything happened to it, it would just be. I'm not going to go down that route. So if that's something you guys want to do, then someone needs to take the lead on that and get that covered, and if Winnemucca all of a sudden wins. But I'm just one vote. I voted locally. It just makes more sense logistically for the league to have one guy come to us rather than 13 go out, and then carpooling and, like I just said, all that other BS that you do. So sorry, treasurer, that's the way it works. I would like the treasurer, though, to address payouts, like, because he says he's not coming to the pizza party, which I guess that's his obligation. He doesn't have to come, but then how do payouts work, and how do we pay him? The guy has no electronic payment. These are things that I try to bring up during the rules meeting and things I brought up during the draft, but no one wants to listen to me. So now here we are at the end of the season. We got a good amount of people that owe well over $200 to getting paid out, to being settled up. So how can we do that? Like, no one can send, like, I right now would like to pay off a little bit of what I owe, maybe like $100, but how can I send that? I can't. He has no way to do it unless I guess I could try to get his address and send him a cashier's check, but then you're sending a check in the mail, and if that doesn't show up, right? So it's a hard one. I wish the treasurer would get into 2022 here. We are in the 21st century. Electronic payments have been around for quite a bit of time. We could do Zelly or Venmo or any, lots of different options to pay electronically. But treasurer somehow stuck with the Pony Express method, or having to see you to actually pay when you should really be able just to send some electronic payments back and forth and get that settled up real quick. And I know Jay Nash has talked about this for a couple seasons. Wasn't really that big of a deal when he was local, and I understand now what Jay Nash was talking, since he was in Tennessee. But he had a representative here locally, his boy Slow, who could pay for him and stuff. So he did have an option, but now no one really has an option. Everyone has to figure out a way to pay. Hopefully the treasurer will make some announcement or allow us to know how we can get payment to him, maybe when he'll be in town, when we can give him some money and settle up. Definitely going to be hard if he doesn't come to the pizza party too, because normally the pizza party is paid. The winner of the league pays for the pizza. The second place pays the bar tab. How that works out, I don't understand. Why it should be like reverse. The winner pays the bar tab. The second place pays for the pizza. But that's the way we do it. PPH, we do everything pretty much ass backwards here. Like if he doesn't show up, then how do they pay for it? I mean, do they just have to front that few $100, $400, $500? I think pizza last year was like around $350 or so, and bar tab was about $400. So if you're doing that and you're not coming out to pay people, do those people should they just expect to have to front that money until they get their winnings? I'm not sure. Again, these are questions the treasurer, I think, should have to address either on the thread or maybe coming on to next week's last Commish message, and or sending me that information. I just can make the announcement for him. But as usual, treasurer has no plans and no announcements to make about it, and it's just kind of sitting around. And I guess it's not my job. I mean, I kind of look out for the entirety of the league, so these are why I kind of brought this stuff up earlier. And now that we're in the second week, I thought it was a good time to revisit those type of issues, like how are we going to pay? I don't know, especially if he misses I was thinking, he can come out to the pizza party, everyone pays up, but now if he's not coming out here and we don't go out to Winnemucca, then how does that work out, guys? Maybe am I the only one? I'm not even in the playoffs, so I guess I really shouldn't worry. I mean, I'm not getting paid out anything. I have to pay. So I guess I shouldn't be really trying to make a big effort to pay up. But I do, because I'm that kind of guy. I want to, pay what I owe. And I would like to have a plan, we're just going by the seat of whatever Zach feels like at this point. Whatever the treasurer feels like of payments and paying out, I guess we'll just have to go with that. So is what it is. So hopefully we'll have a plan here in the next few weeks on how that's going to go. Anyway, that's pretty much all that's happened in the league. So let's go ahead and get into last week's scores here. So in the first game here, we had the rookies take out Patty's Playboys 106.2 to 72.1. Joe Burrow showed up big time with 51.2 points. DeAndre Swift coming big, 17.1. All of a sudden now he's come through. But, he's got a red cross. And shocker, that's his ankle. 11.6 from Justin Jefferson, and it was enough to get it done and get that dub. Bruce is 7-6, keeps his playoff hopes alive. Patty falls to 7-2. Josh Allen really coming back down to earth with 33.3 points. Singletary at only 11.1, and then that was really all a bit about his squad. You know what? Patty, I don't think really concerned, since he's already won like $1,000 in weeklies. If he wins anything in the playoff season, he's going to really get paid, cashed out there. Hell, get it is a different subject. I mean, maybe he'll drive to Winnemucca or Boise or something, but that'll be interesting to see how that works out. All right, in the next game, we got No Way Jose really just throwing in the towel to Dirty High T. Didn't even really field a really, competitive lineup here. Jimmy Garoppolo going out definitely hurt him big time. So only 77.3, he's 4-9. He's pretty much done. Christian Watkins shows up again big time. Best of probably, I don't know, man. Can't think of anyone right now off the top of my head that's been a better free agent pickup off the waiver wire since Christian Watson. Since he's been picked up, he's got like 7 touchdowns in 5 games or some shit like that. So, been huge. I hope, Jose, you've learned a lesson this year and how valuable the waiver wire is. And don't listen to doofuses like Paulie. Oh, why would I pick up this guy who only averages 2.3 points? He's really going to make a huge difference in my lineup. Well, you see why, bro. You pick up Christian Watson, didn't do shit all to the beginning of the season, was averaging 2.3 points. And then, since you've picked him up, he's been going off. This is why you want to work that waiver wire and pick up the hot free agents, or just even free agents altogether. Just never know what they're going to turn into. So hopefully that's a good lesson learned to you, Jose. Gertie High T, man, since he made that, traded away Waddle, and he's won. So, and really pulled out the 7-6, kept the season alive. Got that win with a 110.6. There, Derek Carr with 34 points. 19.8 from Lockett, and then 24 from the Niners D. Big time score there. And gets that win with a 110.6. Next game here, we got Just My Luck taking out the Return to Greatness, 126.7 to 124.8. Just My Luck. It looks like Jalen Hurts came back and bit Dookie in the butt with 63.2 points. He traded him earlier for Nick Chubb. So in the rematch of these two teams that traded, it looks like Just My Luck definitely got the better end of that deal. Then 24.9 from Brown, and that's it, man. Look at that. Jesus Christ. 100 points from two guys, and then nothing, no other player in double digits, but still scores 126.7. Return to Greatness 40.2 from Herbert, 10.3 from Taylor, 24.6 from Amon St. Brown, the Sun God, really showing up big since he got traded too. Seahawks with 14 and got it done. Didn't get it done, came up just short, and both Return of Greatness falls to 8-5, Just My Luck improves to 8-5, but both at 8-5, they're right in the log jam. There we go. Basket of Deplorables taking out the 289ers, 127.9 to 88.5. 289ers, Dak Prescott with 32 points, David Montgomery with 12.7, 14.2 from Isaiah Pacheco, and left to David Njoku in his lineup there with 0, man. Inactive player, man. Luckily we got rid of that rule. Tardo, else you would have been fine, but didn't happen when we got rid of the rule. Geno Smith, 49 points, man. Been really a savior there for the basket of the deplorables, man. 11.1 from Brian Robinson, 14.1 from Barkley, 21.6 from Hill, and that was enough to get her done with 127.9. Gets the dub. In the next game, we got the haters taking out the Boogaloo Boys, 123.8 to 98.7. Not really much to talk about the Boogaloo Boys. He's 4-9 out of it. Really doesn't watch these, so really not going to spend a lot of time on his team. Haters, Aaron Rodgers played. Didn't play well, but got 26.6 points and was enough to get the dub. 14.6 from Cook, 15.1 from Elliott. Devontae Adams showing up big with 30.7. 10.5 from Carlson, and then 12 from the Eagles D. And keeps his season alive with that 7-6 record. Next game, Brewdogs takes out the Juggernauts, doubles them up pretty much, 124.8 to 65.4. Again, another quarterback that gets lost in mid-game there with Lamar Jackson. That's going to pretty much get you an L every single time when you lose your quarterback. Quarterbacks are so important in our league because of our stupid scoring system. So when you lose one, man, there's pretty much no way really. I mean, it's almost impossible to even get a dub when that happens. But anyway, you see what happens. 16.5 from Piran, 14.8 from Allen, and 14 from the Broncos D. Brewdogs, Mahomes at 35.2, 19 points from Jacobs, 15.2 from Diggs, 17.2 from Smith, 12.6 from Taysom Hill, 14.1 from Young Ho, 2, and he locks up the number 1 seed, Derrick, the number 1 seed. I did text him, slide into his DMs, told him to start thinking about who he wants to play so he can in week 1. So next week, hopefully when I reach out to him, he'll have that guy in mind and not need too much time. I do like to have those first seeds. So let me just run it back real quick for the viral viewers out there. We do a little something different here in PPH. Instead of bye weeks for the 1 and 2 seed, the 1 and 2 seed get to pick their opponent. I kind of like it. It starts rivalries, So you're calling someone out. Like last year, the number 1 seed called me out, and I was the 4th seed, and I got beat. But it was good to see. Of course, I would have won against the 5 seed, who I should have played. But you know what? That's what I like about it. It throws a little curveball into the first round of the playoffs, and And it also, I like the face pumping part of it, is that if someone does pick someone out, number 1 or 2 seed picks someone out and they get beat and they pick the guy that beat them. So that's I like that. Throws a little fun into the playoffs there for us non-playoff teams. But anyway, so Dare Bear, start thinking again who you want to play in that first round in the playoffs. 19 from Jay. Yeah. So anyway, got his scores there. He gets the locks up the 11-2 record. What a great season for you, Dare Pair. Only thing you didn't do is win a lot of weeklies. You won, I think, 1 or 2, something like that. So that's good. But hopefully you're not one and done in the playoffs. Even though in the first round of the playoffs, I did see that Mahomes plays the Texans. So that's a great matchup. So yeah, anyone looking to play Darren in the first round of Mahomes versus the Texans better come prepared to put up some points. All right, in the last game here, we got the Mollywops taking me out 127.3 to 123.2. Only thing you need to know about this game, man, this game came down to Monday night with Rashard White. Had a 3-point lead. It was Lenny, playoff Lenny, Leonard Fournette, all the way down the field on that last drive against the Saints. And then in the very last play, they put in Rashard White. Of course, the pass goes to him. He catches the ball. He gets the dub and gets that thing. The thing that kind of irritated me about this game was that all week the Mollywops was complaining about how, if I don't have any luck, I don't have any luck. I guess bad luck is good is luck, I guess. If I didn't have any, so just complained all week about his luck. When everybody knows, every single member, except for maybe the rookie because he's new, but every single member in our league know that this guy is known as the luckiest man in fantasy football. It doesn't matter what he needs to get a dub or to get a win. It seems to happen for him. I don't know what it is that has his luck like that. I just saw in the breakdown article out of CBS today that if I had the same record or same schedule as him, I'd be 7-6. If I played him every week, I'd be 7-6. I'm 5-8. So I mean, talk about luck, right? So it's not like his team is even that good. Look, I mean, I came this close to beating him. He needed the last play of the final game of the week to beat me, and he did it. So I mean, congratulations! Again, he proves to 8-5 there. A couple other things that happened. It showed just again. So if you rewind and go watch last week's Commish message, I lost to Dare Pair by like 6 points. What had happened there? Derrick Henry was going in for a touchdown off a screen pass because I had to start Ryan Tannehill last week, and he fumbled on the 5-yard line. So that would have been a 6.5 point. Or last week when I needed 6 points to get a dub, Pickett overthrows Pickens in the end zone when he's wide open. Then this week, Garrett Wilson's busting off a 70-yard touchdown. Poe steps on the out of bounds line. So that gets called back, doesn't finish with a touchdown. And then on Monday night, Rashard White fumbles, everything's looking good, but then on the last play of the last game, he gets the touch to get the dub. So, dude, I don't know. It's really difficult for me, man. Really, the adversity that I have to deal with and the luck. I can't believe just the luck that I have. It's just unreal. Just killing me left and right. But it was a fun year. I had a good time. I did a little bit of retrospective. I thought my season really turned when I traded away CeeDee Lamb for Jamar Chase. But man, I was trying to shoot my shot. I was trying to go for it, man. I first rounder, and then from there it just kind of went downhill. And then I don't know why I made that trade with Duke, but I did, and that really sunk my season there. But last 2 weeks I've been putting up good points. I just can't get over the hump for whatever reason. So picking out 5-8 on that fishing boat. So that's where I'm at, and that's the way it is. So there you go. All right, y'all. That's the other thing, man, is that to be commissioner of a league, you really do have to have a thick skin and a mental fortitude, because that's my 6th loss in a row. And let me tell you, man, to come on here and still do these videos and talk about fantasy football when you've lost 6 in a row like that, and just the ways I lost too. I mean, it's just not the fact that, oh, you've been blown out every game and you guys aren't performing. It's just these little things in the games keep happening. Like Tom Brady, throws a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin on that last drive, right? But no, there's a holding penalty, gets called back, so that drive continues and goes to Rashard White for him to get the dub. So there's a little, something that didn't go my way. Or even when Andy Dalton threw the pass to Taysom Hill, he catches it. That's first down. They run more clock. They're running the clock out. And and maybe Brady doesn't get on the field. So just these tiny little things that just are not going my way, and I don't know what it is. I don't understand why, but it is. That's just the way it goes, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. But again, mental fortitude it takes to come back on every week, keep putting out a commish message, and keep showing up, because that's what I do. Keep showing up. Keep on keeping on. And so unlike my partner in crime there, Cone, who quits. So Cone's corner got too difficult for him. Not even too difficult. I mean, he just all of a sudden got all bougie. Oh, I just want to do it by the seat of my pants and see when you're ready. Like, no, man, you got to call me up, and my time's a little bit more valuable than that. Call me up, plan it out. We can do it. But don't be like thinking like I'm just at your beck and call. Hey, are you free? Let's do it right now. Like, nah, man, that's just not the way I do it. Well, I know I'm just kind of flow by the seat of my pants kind of guy now. Like, all right, well, I guess then, Cone's Corner can't exist. Oh, then I'm done with Cone's Corner. I'm not going to do it. Jimmy, you're going to have a show. So, anyway, doesn't look like we're going to get Gator, the rookie, on. He hasn't reached out at all, which I think it's the ball's in his court at this point, because I've reached out on multiple occasions to try to get him on Cone's Corner, and then I tried to get him on the commish message. I had him planned. He flaked. He ghosted me. So, Gator, I don't know, man. Maybe we'll see him at the pizza party. Maybe we'll see him at the draft. He voted local too, so if he doesn't show up to the pizza party, that'll really piss some people off, I'm sure, especially our Tresh, because anything again that doesn't go his way, or the vote doesn't go to the way he's liking of it, he's definitely whining, bitching, and complaining. Which brings me to think, maybe we need to have, instead of a Cody Award, we need to have the first annual Zach Whining, Bitching, Complaining Award. The one who whines, bitches, and complains the most about every little thing that's happening, either in the league, within the league, or about the league. And I'm sure, this is what he'll do. He'll watch the video. Oh, the committee, it's just lump crabbing. It's brutal. It's awful. Let's just say, bruh, dude. Get some new smack. It's over, bro. It's over. It's just no one believes in it anymore, man. It's just, everyone knows. Everyone knows who's the number one complainer, whiner, and bitcher in the league. And unfortunately, that's you, homie. But that is what it is. That is week 13 in the PPH. Lump Dogs out. I'll got one more of these, bro, and then I'm done. Finished. And that'll be good, because I'm already done with the season's already done. I need to get this to the point of my season where I'm done, finished, but not that. You know what I mean? Yada. All right, Lump Dogs out, and I'll see you next week to show you the first round of the playoffs and matchups, and then that'll be it. So everyone, good luck. Have a good week 14, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.